with the tarot reading for that invest in the Atlantic. That is pretty much guaranteed to form, and it would become Bret once it does so, and reaches tropical storm strength. So, starting with the Queen of Cups reversed. Okay. Um. Random yawn. So, Queen of Cups, here we go. Talks about watery kingdom of emotions, feminine nature, cornerstone of the suit of cups. Queen is deep soul of the inner strength. She is sensitive, compassionate, empathetic, intuitive, and comforting to others. So this storm's gonna have some struggles, probably with some dry air, and well, the feminine thing, well, name is gonna be Bret, which is more masculine. So there's that. Um, but outside of that, yeah, this is mostly saying that it's gonna have some hardships at first. Probably gonna be fighting some dry air, maybe some wind shear. I mean, we are in an El Nino, so it's gonna have those obstacles. Um, Wheel of Fortune. So, this storm's just it's gonna do what it is. It's gonna do. Can't control it. Can't dictate what it's gonna do. All you can do is prepare for it. So, best to be ready for the storm. Also note that this is just the reading for the storm itself, not doing any other personal readings or anything like that. So if you need that stuff, go to Twitch, the tarot section of Twitch. But anyways, continuing on, yeah, Wheel of Fortune. This storm's just part of nature. Sure, it's forming in an unusual spot for this time of year, but so did Bret back in 2017. And was it 2017? Yeah, 2017. Um, Formed weird similar fashion. So it is. This coincides with the Queen of Cups reversed, the Seven of Pentacles reversed, that this storm is gonna struggle at first. Um, so, but it's just part of the nature. It's part of the El Nino struggles. That this thing is gonna be going through. A little bit of the wind shear, a little bit of the dry air, Sahara dust, and an earthquake in Myanmar. That's what that was. Um, that'll be handled after this. But yeah, in all seriousness, this is definitely gonna have some struggles. The strength card reversed also screams the same thing. The storm is gonna struggle. It's probably not gonna be very well organized. Um, and it's gonna have a hard time at first. But the fact that this message is 3 cards with saying that this is gonna have struggles, it might have that throughout its life. The Chariot. Um, this, I have a feeling, reveals the struggles, the source of the struggles. Jet stream is gonna be in play. There's gonna be another force that's gonna steer the storm in a different direction. And that's what I'm picking up here. The yin yang symbol here, the black and white crocodiles, oh no, alligators, wider snouts, alligators. That talks about balance. So basically, yeah, balance, uh, forces of good and evil per se. But yeah, that's so the jet stream is going to be detrimental for the storm, but it's going to be beneficial for those that would have been in the path of the storm if it wasn't for the jet stream. The devil reversed. So there's not going to be much. This is saying there's not going to be much. Like there's not gonna be like wild swings in what the models are gonna have this thing do. That's what that's saying. Um, this storm's gonna be an open book, textbook system, minus the fact it's gonna be struggling. Um, and that's what I'm picking up here. I'm just pulling it up in the book to verify things. When it's not reversed, it talks about if we took all the fear and delusion in the world into one monstrous creature, we would have the devil. Um, it's the sum total of the illusion and ignorance that exists in the world. So, people are paying attention. They're not turning a blind eye on this storm. Um, that's basically what that's saying. So, yeah, definitely be on guard with the storm. Just because it's gonna have some struggles doesn't mean it's not gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Um, so definitely keep an eye on the storm. Two of Wands reversed. Um, this does coincide with where it's forming, is pretty unique, and there's not going to be a lot to really compare this storm with, because we usually don't see storms pop up in this part of the Atlantic this time of year. That's what that one's picking up. But it's gonna catch people. That's what I'm picking up here. Yeah, Two of Wands. This represents looking back over past achievements. This could be a pattern setter. Um, Bret could be a pattern setter here, so we might have a little string of storms popping up after Bret. And this is just the start of it. Arlene was a fluke, in a sense, but considering it traveled south to avoid Florida at all costs. And then we got this thing popping up in a weird spot in the Atlantic for this time of year. This is going to be a pretty unique season, especially considering the El Nino's in play and it's going to mess with things. That's when the Hermit reversed. So this does coincide with my thought process on here, meaning this storm's going to be a pattern setter. This storm's not going to be working alone. Also coincides with the Chariot. There's going to be another force at work here with this storm. Maybe volcanic eruption in the Caribbean may have some influence on the storm. Like I said, jet stream could have an influence on the storm, but there's going to be another force at work with this storm. You may see the sea name pop up soon after. We do have another area of interest that's going to pop up. 10 of Wands. So, yeah, oriented to the right, which indicates moving toward the future. This also coincides with this being a possible pattern setter. Wands are bundled together, clenched tightly, and represent our collected mental and spiritual possessions. We have integrated a great deal in our journey through the wands. Becoming aware that with knowledge and inner wisdom comes responsibility. So again, with the knowledge of Bret, this is definitely the time to get your hurricane, like, kits ready. Go over your hurricane evacuation plans. Have plans ready. Maybe contact friends and family that are outside of evacuation zones to see if you're covered if you have to evacuate. Have copies of everything, of the important paperwork and photos and etc. But yeah, that's what this is saying. Like, definitely get that in order. With Bret, it's a sign that we're in for an interesting season. And a High Priestess reversed. Again, This does coincide that this thing is going to impact some issues with dry air. A little bit of wind shear. And overall, I'm not expecting this thing to get strong. Like, I don't think this would become a hurricane. Tropical storm? Yes. Hurricane? No. We're probably not going to see a hurricane till like mid-July. But in all seriousness, though, this is definitely something to keep an eye out for. Be on alert, and it's a sign to get your hurricane preparations ready in case something else pops up, as this is looking to be a pattern setter. So with that, that's about it. Stay safe out there. See you in the next video or stream. Bye.